Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Groovy Tuesday. My name's Paul Church from Clarity Stamp here in the UK. And this is a regular event, hence it being called Groovy Tuesday. So maybe this is the first time you found us. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube Live on the Clarity Stamp and the Pergamano Facebook and YouTube pages. I come to you live. But if you can't watch live, then don't worry, because you can go back and you can watch all of the previous episodes that we've been doing. It's over a year now. I think we started in about February last year. And it's surprising how the time's gone. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Oh, it's nice to see so many friendly faces. Who we got so far? We've got Susan, we've got Tina, we've got Mo, we've got Jill, we've got Bobby, all the regulars. Sue Carpenter, good morning. Sunny in Solihull. It is at the moment. Yeah, it's sunny down here as well at the moment. And torrential rain this morning driving in. And then it stopped, and then it started, but the sun's out at the moment, so who knows what the day holds in store for us weather-wise, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is, isn't it? So that should be my prompt from Stuart. Sound works fine. Thank you, Stuart. So Stuart is in the room with you today, or in the virtual room. So if you have any questions, then Stuart is there to help. I'm sure the design team, some of the lovely ladies. There we go. I can see Josie's in the room. Good morning, Josie, Ken. So if you've got any questions, what we're doing, how we do something, or just questions generally to do with Groovy, obviously. Ask away, and if I catch it, there's a lovely Jane in the room. So if I don't catch it and Stuart doesn't catch it, then I'm sure one of the lovely design team members will be there to answer and help you out. So last Tuesday seems a long time ago. You know how sometimes I say, "Oh, this week it's gone quick. This week it goes." Seems a long time ago when we last got together, and lots been happening and lots coming up as well. Just over a week to go for our open days at the Ditton Community Centre in Alresford near Maidstone. Tickets are still available, and we're just putting the final. I would say the final. We're I'd say probably about 70% of the way there of getting everything ready for everyone that's coming. Let's hope the weather's nice. I'm looking as if there's a window. There's no windows in here. I was looking to see what the weather was like outside. I mean, it's 2 fantastic days. So if you're into your Groovy, we have Linda Williams, we have Josie Davidson, and we have Tina Cox. If you're into your Stampy and your mixed media, then we have the lovely Leonie from Create and Craft. We have Sam Crow, also from Create. I mean, Linda, Tina, and Josie all on Create and Craft as well. Sam Crow, Dee Paramore. So they're going to be getting all inky and stampy and jelly platey and all the messy, but also clean messy. Unless you're sitting in front of Sam, then. So we've got they're demonstrating. Then we've got the lovely Glynis doing the snip clinic. So if you think, right, I'm that far on the bus journey now, I want to have a go at the snip clinic. Glynis will be there to guide you through for lots of hints and tips and try the 3 different types of scissors that we do. Lovely Jane Telford is doing a Groovy Make and Take coaster. Lou Withers will be doing, from Create Craft, will be doing a doodling doodle on designer parchment. So I'm sure that's going to be great fun with Lou. I mean, everyone is such characters. Then I'll be doing some die cutting. Barb's going to be running around, making sure everyone's happy, everyone's got everything. getting up on a chair every hour, doing a free giveaway. Yeah, it seems like such a long time ago when we all got together at the open days, but it's going to be fantastic fun. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be good. So we've got that coming up as well. But in between all of that, we've got several TV shows. Sunday being the first Sunday of the month. Barb's on the new Crate and Craft for 3 till 5. Some beautiful designs. Pergamano poppets. So we've got the stamps, we've got the parchment, we've got the postcards. Yeah, Barb and Dave are back in the country. I spoke to Barb about an hour ago. They've landed safely. They were on the M25. So I said, oh, you might get home in a couple of hours then. So she's going to start prepping for the TV shows tomorrow. So that's on Sunday. Then on Monday, brand new one-day special, designed in conjunction with the lovely Josie Davidson. So that will give you a sneaky hint at what's coming up. Thankfully, Josie's prepared all the demonstrations for me. So I'm there just to serve it up to you and hope that you enjoy it. I will give you a sneaky peek a little bit later on of what's coming up. But yeah, so I've gone through all my tick list already. TV, open days. So as a result of me being up at the TV next Monday and Tuesday, there's no Groovy Tuesday next week. Can't be in 2 places at once. And I'm on at 10 o'clock on TV. So I definitely can't be in 2 places at once. So next week, no Groovy Tuesday, but then we'll be back the following week. So yeah, it's lovely to see all these lovely fans. Can't make the open days, might get to organise it and feel safer for next year. It is what it is, isn't it, Pat? I mean, it's whatever. Appreciate it. For some people, it can be a long distance. But if you are coming, I mean, we'll take loads of pictures. Barb will blog about it. So it'll make you feel as if you were there anyway. So maybe next year. Right, I think we've got plenty of people in the room now. Have you got a chair, nice drink? I think we'll just have a bit of a recap on what we've been looking at. So Barb thought it'd be a really good idea if we revisited one of the back issues of the Groovi Craft Club. So this is issue number 65. And we have back issues available on the website. So if you're still sitting on that fence, not sure whether you wanted to sort of join the clubs, we have 4 different types. We have the Groovy, Stamp, Stencil and Dies. You can join just one, or you can join a combination. It's entirely up to you. The subscription lasts for 12 months, and you can choose to pay all of it up front, or you can pay by monthly installments. Entirely up to you. And then each month, so for example, if you belong to the Groovy Club, you'll get a concertina file that we call project sheet that guides you through step by step with pictures and written instruction. This one's by Linda Williams. You get a list of everything that's been used with the relevant codes. You then get a second project as well. Now it does come, it's sort of, this is why we call it a concertina, because it concertinas out. But just for the camera, it's easier for me just to flick through and show it like this on the overhead. So you get your double-sided project sheet, and that's the same for all of the different clubs, the stamps, the stencils, the dies, and the Groovy. Then you get the product. So this is the lovely plate that Linda Williams designed. It's an A6 square baby plate. And if you join up to the Groovy for the first time, you also get a little baby plate mate. It's your first edition. And then the following one. But if you've already been a member, then you don't get that again. You just get the issue for that relevant month. So, so that's what you get for your money, but you get so much more because you get a newsletter from Barb every month, giving you some insight of what's going on at home and at work, and upcoming events, just like our open days. You also, if you belong to one club, one or two clubs, I think it is. Yeah, two clubs. You're a gold member, and that gives you 10% off all purchases for a year online via the Clarity Stamp. Clarity Stamp, there it is, over there. There we go. Website, or if you're coming to the open days, then you get you 10% off there. If you become a Diamond Club member, you then get 15% off. Twice a year, we also have a members only 50% sale, where it's sort of 50% off certain products. I think last couple of times we've done it across the board. So absolutely everything Clarity related on the website. So yeah, so it's worth it just for that, really. What else do you get? What else do you get? I think that's plenty. I mean, if you belong to one club and you're paying £6 a month, when you think about it, the plate itself is £6. So yeah, so it's really good value for money. So what we thought we'd do is we'd have a look at this particular one, because this is what prompted the easy layout plates that Linda recently designed. So if I bring in the card, this is a card that Linda created for this project, issue 65. And what we're doing is we're going through and repeating this step by step. But the whole idea was to create sections. So we started off with our square frame, and then we broke it down into little easy layout plates or sections, so that we could put little bits of artwork in, we could do some patterns, we could just add colour. And when Barb saw this project, she said, that must have taken you ages to work it out. She said, wouldn't it be great if we had some plates that just gave us the outlines in different configurations? So Linda being Linda, she worked her magic, and we now have 6 different easy layout plates, all available on the website, obviously. So maybe you've got one of those at home and you want to give that a go. So what we've been doing is we've been breaking it down, and we started last week. Okay. And what we did last week was we created our main design. Now mine's slightly different to Linda's. The images are roughly in the same place, but my boxes are slightly different. And that's all about how you position it, where you decide you want to put extra lines in. Okay. And what we also did, that if you didn't have, because to create the outer frame and these sections, what we did was we worked with Josie's PlateMate for A5 square grids. More about this later. And what we did, we used it to create the frame. But I also showed you that if you didn't have this particular plate, you could still create it using the Pico squares or using the nested squares. There was just a slight variation in the size. Okay. So if you missed out how to create the original part to start with, then you can watch back last week's episode where I guide you through that step by step. Okay. So what we did when we had a look through the written and pictorial instructions from Linda, we got as far as step 5. Okay, so we've put the picket fence in, we put a square around it, we put some extra lines in, and you'll notice that on my one, I've left out the sentiment because I hadn't decided whether I wanted it to be for Father's Day or whether I wanted it to be for another occasion. Okay, so I think what we'll do first is, who at home put their sentiment in, or are you still deciding on who you're going to send the card to? Stu? What do you reckon? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my sentiment in now, and I'm sort of going to cheat in a way. So remember, I was sort of not cheating because I've got the plate mate from the starter kit. What I did, I just kept that plate in there, and I could just slide that one over there, bring this one in, slide that one back in. So I'm confusing, Chrissy. Why am I confusing you? Watching the highlights now. Are you watching the wrong video? Did you think that I was? Is that what it is? And what is Catherine still deciding? Okay, see, because the comments go up too quickly, so I can only sort of see what's what. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to adapt this, and I'm just going to put special wishes, and then it can be for any occasion. So if I take my Groovy tabs, okay, so if I put my sentiment in now, then I won't get carried away and start to infill that particular area. So let's have a look. So special and then wishes. So I reckon if I use this line here with the line on the outside, just like so, and it slots in nicely. New Groovy tabs, always a little bit more stickier than the normal. There we go, so that's nice. I'm going to give it a wipe with tumble dry sheet, and then I'm going to use my number 1 tool, and then I'm going to put special. Okay, slowly does it. Special. See, I don't need to worry about positioning, spelling it correctly because we're working backwards. So there's my special. Okay, and then I'm going to slide that down, and then this time the outer line I created here, do I want to go on that one or do I want to go on that one? I reckon, hang on, let me just bring my head in over the top. I reckon just about there. And if you want to do it at a jaunty angle, oh, Catherine hasn't decided about what sentiment yet. Okay. You don't have to decide now. I just thought if I do it now, then what that means is I won't get carried away when I come to fill in the design. Okay, so now I've got special wishes. There we go. And that will cover any occasion, whether it be birthday, anniversary, celebration, Father's Day. Yeah, I reckon that works. Okay. All right. Let's pop that to one side now. Now we're going to bring in Josie's plate mate and continuing with the project. Excuse me, sorry. Now you may have some of Josie's other embossed pattern grid plates that you may want to use. All we need is something that's got a decorative pattern on. I mean, if you were that way inclined, you could use the basic grids, but you'd have to come up with your own pattern. But Josie's designed a number of A4 square plates. Some of them are like samplers, where you've got different patterns in 9 different squares. So you could use those if you wanted to. Or you could have a look at some of the other plates. For example, I mean, we're going to use embossed dots to fill this like Linda has, but you may have, the sprig background. That's a lovely plate for infilling different areas. There's so many different plates available. Maybe look back in your stash and think, oh yeah, that would work. What was it? The floral moon. That's lovely for infilling areas. If you wanted to add sort of like more of a feminine touch, it's got beautiful little flowers and everything else. So, so yeah, have a look at the plates in your collection, and you may have something you think, you know what, that would work. And all it is now about is just filling in the different areas. And you can pick and choose whether you go with straight, diagonal. I mean, we was working with the Queen Elizabeth plate, wasn't we? You could take elements of that and fill in. I think that'd look nice. Or you may want to wait until next week to fill in your pattern with what's coming up. I know. I will show you a little bit later, I promise. I've got it all here. It's just there. You can just see it. I'll give you a little sneaky peek in a bit later. But we're here to get groovy and do some work, aren't we? Okay, so let's have a look at the instructions from Linda. Okay, so what Linda's saying is using the Groovy PlateMate for A5 square grids and the Pergamano 1.5, or I'm going to be using the number 2 tool that comes in the starter kit. Okay. Fill in your empty spaces. Use any pattern you want. Don't forget you can extend the patterns quite easily to fit into larger spaces by just moving the parchment alongside. You can also add patterns in between the double lines as well. Okay, and when you look at what's on this plate, okay, I would say if you haven't got this and you're tempted, hold fire until Monday ODS. Okay. I know I'm telling you not to buy it now if you're undecided, but wait until Monday, honestly. Okay, so let's have a look. I think what I'm going to do, let's have a look what Linda, let's get this Groovy tab off. Okay, so let's have a look at what Linda's done. So let's start with the outer frame first. Should we start on the outside and work our way in? So what Linda's done, let's have a look. What design? Look, there's so many, you can get lost in the design. But what Linda's done is she's chosen this one, it looks like. I reckon that's what Linda's gone for, this particular design. Or, no, it's not. It's this one down here. Blimey, turn it around that way. It's this one. So you've got a series of, they're like little crosses with little dots. Maybe if I come in a little bit closer, you can see. So it's at the bottom of the plate. I've just turned the plate upside down. So let's zoom in a little bit. I'll put my sign up so I know which way I'm moving the slider now. Whee! So this is at the bottom of the plate. It's underneath the XYZ. And Linda has chosen that particular design there to go in the outer frame. However, if you want a more detailed pattern, you could go for this one. Okay, or you could go for any of the designs that are going to fit within that area. Decisions. Okay, right. I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to go stick to the plan as if I made a plan. I'm going to stick to the design that Linda has gone with. Okay, so what we're going to do first is take our design, and it slots. It's magic. The way Josie designed this is magic because the various frames will coordinate with the different frames elsewhere. So what it means is that that slots perfectly into place. And look at that, just by chance, we've got a set of 4 in that corner and we've got a set of 4 in that corner. I wonder whether Linda and Josie were in cahoots with this. I reckon it was Josie working her magic and Linda really looking at the plate. I wonder whether Linda did the frame first or decided the size of the frame first, or whether she just took a chance. Today. Okay. Groovy guard. And this time we're going with the number 2 tool, okay, from the starter kit. But if you've got the Pergamano tools, as Linda said, you can use the 1.5 as well. And then all we're going to do now is we're going to press. We're still working on the back of our parchment. There's no counting required at all because lovely Josie has done all that for us. And then Jim worked his magic with a series of dots to create the actual design. So yeah, my voice has now gone into a nice slow mode. Okay. Who's doing this at the same time? Anybody? Or are you just here for the coffee and the chat? It's nice. I think it's great that we have these videos available, all free of charge, that you can go back and watch again and again, with the volume down, if you choose to get rid of my waffling. There we go. So there's nothing here, but that's the beauty of the Groovy system and its grooves, because now we turn it round and we line it back up, make sure it's in the right groove, which it is just about there. Let me just bring my head in over slightly just to make sure. Yeah, because they've slotted into there. That is back in that line there. I mean, you can have hours and hours of fun just with this plate. I mean, we're literally just touching the edge of it, really. There is so much crammed into this plate, mate. And all the different sections and all the different lines were purposely put in place, not only to give you the straight edge in order to be able to create a frame, but also for positioning your parchment, especially when you're working with the grid plates. You know, I was working with the Queen Elizabeth design, and we was creating a frame, and I've seen it. I mean, I did it myself back in the day. You get all the way around and then your corners don't meet up. Well, with the assistance of this plate, mate, there will always be a line that you'll find to be able to line it up with, if that sort of makes sense. Okay. Question from Bonnie. Is this month's plate? I've not had a chance to even look at it because my dog is recovering from a knock. Oh, it's been hectic. Oh, I hope the dog gets better soon, Bonnie. No, this is a back issue. This is one of the previous ones. This is issue 65. Stuart will pop the link up because it is available to purchase. So maybe you joined after. But we have all of our back issues available on the website. And Stuart will pop a link up. And it's the same for... Maybe you're fairly new to the crafty clubs and didn't know that you could get back issues. Just going to bring my head in over the top. Don't get any glare. There we go. That's lined up just there. And then we have a whole back catalogue of beautiful designs in all of our different craft clubs that you can go and purchase. So this is issue 65, designed by the lovely Linda Williams. And the second project that Linda created using that plate is exactly how it came. I'll show you that in a moment. But for this particular card we're making, it shows that you can take a beautiful design that's maybe already a scene or a setting, then how you can take elements from it. Because sometimes you may, I mean, even those little baby plates, sometimes you'll look at it and maybe feel overwhelmed that, or I really don't know where to start. Or, I mean, that's the great thing about the project sheets, is that it gives you some guidance on what you can do. And you may look at it and go, actually, I've got a plate that I can adapt it with. So where we've created these little sections, for example, I mean, this is another back issues, really popular, this one. This is the snowdrops. You may decide to put some snowdrops in there. So maybe have a look back at the various different plates that you have and say, oh, didn't think about that. I suppose it's, in a way, I mean, I've said it all along, the Groovy system, for me personally, gives me the confidence to get the line art easily. Okay. And because it gives me the confidence, then I want to learn how to do more. But sometimes starting off just on a smaller piece of artwork, it's not so overwhelming. Okay, so let's have a look at this now. So when we turn this over, we've now got our frame. I mean, that changes it instantly, doesn't it? And that could have any image on the inside. How are we doing for time? 1:30 already. Okay, so this is the second card in the project that Linda created, and it is the plate exactly how it comes. If I take the plate and lay it over the top, there's no variation whatsoever. Linda's just taken the plate and traced it out exactly how it comes. Okay. Ooh, the Groovy tabs are stuck. Okay. Do you want a sneaky peek? I reckon 1:30 is a good time to have a little sneaky peek of the one-day special that's coming up next week. Okie dokie. Right. Okay. The one-day special is a brand new Groovy Grid starter kit. Okay. So if you're fairly new, not necessarily fairly new, if you've been on the Groovy bus for a while now, or just recently joined, and you think, you know what, I really want to give grid work a go. Okay. Then what we've done is we've created a Deluxe Groovy Grid starter kit. Okay. And within that, so I'm going to show you, but within that starter kit, it's going to give you everything that you'll need to do grid work. Okay. Now, some of you that have been doing Groovy for a while may say, oh, well, I've got this and I've got that, but I haven't got this or I haven't got that. So you have the choices. The one-day special will be the starter kit. And within that starter kit, let me show you. Okay, let me sneak these in. Okay. Josie has worked her magic again, and she's come up with 4. Basic isn't the right word. They're beautiful and decorative, but they're a really easy introduction to grid work. Okay, now they come in the starter kit, but they'll also be available as a separate collection themselves. So if you've got everything that's in the starter kit, don't panic. You can still put your hand in the pocket, because these brand new plates from Josie. So we've got the first one here. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Okay, out. I need to go that way. There we go. So this one has got a beautiful, what we've called an arch design. Okay, lovely centerpiece in the middle. Okay, so if you want to just trace it out and do a little bit of pico cutting, that's what you get. And if you want to do all the grid work, then you'll get that. Okay, now with all of the plates, not only do you get obviously the plate, but you also get the cutting guide, the pattern grid as well. So you can see the difference between the two different designs. And then you've also got your cutting guide as well. Here we go, JC saying simpler designs that are suitable for beginners and advanced parters because they have different cutting options. Thank you, JC. I can't beat that, can I? I mean, JC is the creator and the designer. Then this one here has circular patterns around the outside. So this one here, you get that look. And this one here, you get that look. Same plate, but for me, looking at this now on the overhead, they look completely different. Isn't that clever? Okay, so that is that one. And again, you've got your cutting guide. Then the next one is the oval. I mean, even the little elements in the middle are beautiful. No cutting at all, apart from that inner section. So you got that one. I think it's clever. Same plate, different look. And I think that's what we looked at when we was looking at the Queen Elizabeth design, to show the versatility. You can just do embossing, you can just do perforating, you can combine both together, you can do pico cutting if you want to, but you don't have to, because again, we've introduced these solid lines around the outside. So that's the oval. And then finally, we have the triangle. Okay, so they've all got their own sort of identities. Okay, so then that one mainly embossed with a little bit, little crosses. Good way to practice your pico. And then that one like that. Okay, so that's the 4 brand new plates. And here's a couple of pieces that Josie has created. Okay, Barb will blog later in the week with the demos that Josie's prepared for me that I'll be showcasing on the new Create and Craft. And but these 2 projects here come as part of the starter kit. Okay, so right, so now let me bring in the new Groovy Grid starter kit. I'm going to zoom out for this, because when you see what you get in here, right, where am I going? I'm going out. Go out slowly. Right, okay. This is like one of those YouTube videos where they do the unpacking. Okay, so in here you've got your 4 Groovy Grid plate designs, which we've just showcased. You've got the A4 Groovy plate mate for A5 square grids that we've just been working with. We've got 10 sheets of A4 parchment. You've got an A4 black super foam for pico cutting and perforating. You've got your Easy Glide or your tumble dry sheet. You've got your number 1 and number 2 embossing ball tool. Your Pergamano 1 needle bowl tool, Pergamano exclusive scissors, and Groovy tabs, together with a concertina of those projects. So let me just open this up and show you what you're going to get in here. I mean, it's like the original starter kit. You've got everything in there to get to grips with your grid starter kit. So here we go. There's the cards we were just showing. Same principle as the concertinas that come with the club. Okay. Second project. Okay. Beautiful. So pop that to one side. Then you've got the 4 different design plates we just had a look at in a little bit more detail. You've then got your Groovy number 1, number 2. You can never have too many number 1 and number 2 Groovy tools. You've then got your Groovy tabs and your tumble dry, or your easy glide sheet, should I say. You've then got your exclusive scissors, really good place to start. It's where I started. Pergamano 1 needle bowl tool for your perforating. You then get your Groovy Grid plate mate. Now don't forget, this plate mate, let me just, also comes with its own project guide as well. And then in there, you've got your A4 black super foam. That's brand new. We haven't had that available before. And finally, A4 parchment. So that all comes nicely packaged, as we always do. Let's pop that like that. Let's see if I can get it back in. That goes like that. That goes like that. Then scissors. I knew I wouldn't get it packed up right. That goes in. Let's pop that one there. There you go, there. And there. And the project sheet. And it says, it does exactly what it says on the package. It is a starter kit. A Groovy Grid starter kit. So that's what I've got. I'm launching on Monday at 6 p.m. on the new Create and Craft. Yeah. But as I say, we will have, if you've got all those bits, we will have all of those lovely plates available as well. So that gives you a little bit of a heads up. Let me just zoom that camera back in. Let me bring this back into play, what we're working on, so I can just get a focus. Oops, sorry, too fast. There we go. So yeah, so that's what's coming up on Monday. So if you're thinking, right, okay, I've got to grips with the Groovy, doing the tracing out, I'm on the colouring, I've done some white work, but now I really want to give grid work a go. Perfect opportunity. And there's a little added bonus to that, which you'll have to tune in on Monday to find out what it is as well. All as part of the 1 day special. And it's got a really big saving on it. So even if you think, okay, well, I've got this and I've got that, when you look at the savings, you may think, you know what, I'm going to get one. Because say, you can never have too much super foam. You can never have too many tools. You can never have too many scissors. So yeah, Sue Carpenter, your shopping list is growing. I think there'll be a few growing shopping lists as well. But I mean, hats off to Josie, Barbara, Jim here at Clarity Towers for putting it all together, coming up with the projects, and more importantly, creating the pieces that I will be serving up to you over the 4 hours, stock permitting. There's no way I could do that. I can, but I wouldn't have the time to get all that ready. So a massive thank you. And obviously the design team, they work so hard to create beautiful samples, which makes my job and Barbara's job so much easier when we're presenting a product to you on TV and also on Facebook Live as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to that on Monday. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to a piece of artwork. So we've added one design around the outside. And as I say, just that transforms the artwork already. See, I've always loved the effect of just the embossed dots and the patterns, but never really had the patience to sort of, to infill, if you know what I mean. So this is where, you know, I was talking about the plate mate. If you haven't got it, then you may want to, oh, that's really freaky on the thing. Let me turn it back that way so we get a bit of contrast. So that's why I said, if you're sitting on the fence about this plate mate, you may want to just hold off until Monday evening. Okay. So let's have a look at some of the other areas that we've got to infill. So let me see. There really is so much just on this plate. You could spend hours and weeks and months just playing. Okay, so that's quite nice. I like that bit. Let's have a look. See, that fits nicely in there. Oh, look at that. That was lucky. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I've got the plate the right way up. This isn't in the right, it doesn't make any difference on this. Let's just get it all in the right position. So I've got Groovy in the top right. I mean, it's a symmetrical pattern anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So what I'm going to do, where was I? Where has it gone? There it is. So I'm going to use this pattern and this pattern just here. What time on Monday? Right, okay. So the one day special always launches at 6 p.m. So I'll be on at 6 p.m. on Monday, then 9 p.m. on Monday, and then on Tuesday at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So thank you for asking. Margaret, maybe you should sign up to our newsletters. If Stuart pops a link up, and then you automatically get updated with all of our upcoming TV shows, special offers, and everything that's going on at Clarity Towers. Right, okay, so let's have a look at this pattern up here first. So if I line that one up, so I reckon we're going to go for that design just there. Whee! Make sure your Groovy tabs stick. Line that back up again. There we go. Just there. Left a bit, right a bit. Okay, I know I'm being really pedantic on this, but it's the overall effect that we're looking for, isn't it? Okay, so now we're going to infill this area. So it's back to the number 2 tool and just press into the design. Now, if you wish to, see, this is where the Groovy guard really comes into its own right, because now I can focus on the area, on the area in which I want to work. And I'm just going to follow the pattern until I come to this straight line. There we go. And there's no rush. I mean, I know I'm going sort of Speedy Gonzales, but it's all about enjoying the process. And it's nice to have a break in between each of the sections as well. There we go. So that's this little section completed. There we go. Let's turn that one over so we can have a look at that. So that's added some detail on there. And then I was going to go for this one here, wasn't I? I reckon so. Or do I want to go for this one up here? Let's see what fits. See, that fits, but there's a bit of a gap. So just sort of take the area. I reckon that one fits best, you know. So then I'm going to position that in place. The lines indicate that I'm in a straight line. I reckon just about so. Okay. Now your design, you may have different spacing in between. So you may not be able to use the same design that I'm using. Let's go back to this one. Number 2 tool. And then pressing. And again, we don't have to use all of the pattern. See, I'm missing out those dots there. Let's have a look to see what it looks like without those dots. We can create our own pattern. You just need to remember, you don't get carried away if you choose to omit some of the dots. But once you put one in, you then got to go back in and put the others in. So let's see if I can do it without getting carried away. But I think it's great that there's so many choices on this particular plate mate. And it's perfect for infilling. Now, if I say, for example, I wanted to do perforating in between, then the way in which these plates have been designed, they work perfectly with our basic grids. So what I could do, this is based on the straight grid. So I could turn this over, line up the dots on the basic A5 square basic grid, and then perforate in between all those areas. So you've still got that flexibility of being able to do the perforating as well. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Turn this one over. Nice. I like that. Do I want to go back in and put the extra little dots in? No, I don't think I do. Okay, so let's have a look at the next one down, maybe. So position that one, I reckon, about there. Groovy tabs essential. That's why we've included them in the new starter kit. So let's just add that in. Oh, let's do this. I'm getting too carried away now. Slow it down, Kermit. And then, I mean, if you didn't put any pictorial design in, you could just fill all these different sections with different embossed patterns. I mean, another good place for, if you're looking for some ideas and inspiration, then the Clarity Matters blog. Every Sunday, the design team do a fantastic step-by-step project covering all different techniques. Last week, it was the lovely Glynis with one of Tina's flowerette parchlets. Great for beginners. But there's a whole library. It goes back to the beginning of 2021. What year are we now? We're 2022. Lost track of what year we are. 2021, we started that in about January. And then each Sunday, one of the design team members does a fantastic step-by-step project. So Josie's covered grids, Linda's covered white work, Josie's Glynis has covered pico cutting, but coloring's covered. The design team do a fantastic job. Stuart's just popped the link up, so maybe just bookmark that on your browser. And again, if you sign up to our newsletters, then you'll be notified when it goes live. It goes live at 8 a.m. every Sunday, UK time. But you could probably spend hours just going back, looking at all the past step by steps. So Grace, lovely Grace, works with the design team, puts it all together. She lets you know what's going on in New York, things like that. What's coming up at the week ahead at Clarity Towers. So it's a really good way to sort of finish or start the week, depending on how you deem a Sunday to be. Some people see it at the beginning of the week, some people see it as the end of the week. But there's so much fantastic work on there. If you're ever stuck for an idea and you think, oh, go back and just have a look, because you may look at a design or a concept and think, that's just what I want to do, but I want to do it with this plate, because you can easily adapt it. Okay, so let's have a look. I can't believe where the time's going again today. So we're gradually building up and filling in the different areas. Now let's turn let's go to the bottom of it. And let's have a look at See, I quite like this design here. And then I like this design around the sides, around the top as well. Decisions. I reckon so that's nice as well. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go with this one. For some reason, when I'm looking at this now, it looks like that. People of a certain age probably won't remember this. The Hungry Caterpillar. I'm just having a look. Yeah, the Hungry Caterpillar. That's what that one looks like now. So, Groovy tabs in place. Groovy guard. And then the number 2 tool. Okay. And then we're just going to emboss the dots. Now, to give me some balance, there's an extra line just there. And I'm going to add that extra line in a moment. So I'm sort of adjusting my design just so that it looks, I don't know, balanced. And then it will give me another little section if I choose to put something in there as well. So I'm going to I've turned over to the number 1 tool now. And I'm going to add that line in as well. Oh, I like that. There we go. So what I've now got these 2 singular panels, but I think that looks lovely. Nice. What do you think? So you've got all these different areas to fill in. So let's have a look at this particular one. So I'm going to go for the easy route on this one, I reckon. So get that one in. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Let's turn the plate this way. Or do I want to go? That's quite clever. What do I reckon? Do I want to keep it straight? Yeah, I'm going to keep it just there. Yes, just there. Okay. Maybe what you may want to do, maybe if you're still unsure about sort of like the filling in with the different patterns, just take a piece of parchment and just do loads of squares on it and fill in. Because you can fill in and then say, oh, I actually like, but make a note of where you filled it in from. Otherwise, you'll be looking for it going, well, where did I get that bit from? Especially if you've sort of like extended the areas. So I forgot those little dots there. I wondered why that looked different to that one. Okay, so that's there. That goes up there. That goes just 3 of those, and that dot there. Sometimes it's easier when you're filling in an area like this is to do the outer parts first, and then you can go in and fill in the areas. There we go. And then you haven't got to worry about going over the lines. Nice. Okay, let's have a look at this bit. There we go. What was that? From Mary, us ladies of a certain age have probably read it to our grandchildren. Indeed. See, that's nice. I like that. And when you look at the pattern, we've just taken that centerpiece, and because it hasn't got the outer frame, it looks different. Do you think? This plate is just, you can really get carried away with it. And I'd be more than happy without any imagery just to fill in different patterns. And maybe have a look at some of Josie's embossed pattern plates that has no perforating, just embossing. It's another way, it's a good way of sort of introducing you to, I suppose, sort of like the lace effect, but without any cutting. Okay, and I'm just going to do this last one. I just want to finish this. I know I've got that bit to do, but I just want to do this little section here. So let me have a look. I'm going to go for this one, I reckon. So I reckon, oh, I don't know. Do I want to go back to that one? Yeah, I'm going to go back to this one, because now if I put it at a different angle, I'm going to get a different look. Okay, so Groovy Guard, and then this will be the last one we'll do today. And then before we meet, not next week, the week after, I'll complete that other little section, and then we can move on to the next step of the project. How do you feel about that? Good? Good. So don't forget, Sunday, 3 till 5 is Barb on the new Creating Craft with the Pergamano, put your teeth back in, Pergamano poppets, stamps, parchment, postcards, the full works. Okay, so that's on Sunday 3 till 5. Then Monday, brand new ODS, which I've given you a sneaky peek of. And then Friday and Saturday is our big Clarity Open days. So if you are coming, I look forward to seeing you. If you're not coming, then hopefully we'll see you one day. I mean, obviously you can see me when we're on here anyway. So thank you again for joining me. Thank you for Stuart for helping out, for Jane, Josie, Glynis, the design team, for all the work that they help with as well. And yeah, so I will see you on Monday. So whatever you do, finish off doing the embossing part of it. And then when we come back, not next week, the week after, we'll have a look at maybe doing a little bit of white work, a little bit of colour, or we may decide we don't want to do any more than that. We just want to go exactly with what it is. So as always, thank you very much for your company. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned something, even if I have teased you and made you a little bit poorer for the week ahead. But I know you'll enjoy it once you get it. So until not next week, the week after, take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.